Hey guys, how you doing? I put my glove on. Basically, I'm just off to Midland Hospital where I'll be for most of the day. I've got an appointment with the liver specialist where we're going to talk about the surgery, which I'll update you on in a second. And I'm going to see the oncologist, talk about some new chemo that I'm going to receive, and also psychiatrist Linda. So I've seen Suresh, liver specialist, Saeed, oncologist, and Linda, the psychiatrist. And while I'm there, I'll get my port flushed as well, make sure it's still open, ready for treatment to begin. Also going to find out about my operation, which I've already got some idea what's going to happen there. It doesn't look like they are going to do it just now. Instead, they're going to give me some more chemo. But I'll find out and I'll let you know. All right. All right. How you going, guys? Hey, thought I'd better give you a catch up and see what's happening. Last time I spoke, would have talked about having surgery on my liver and bowel at the same time. There's been a change. I was about to say unfortunately, but actually it's a change for the good. So it's been about a month since I got the phone call about getting the surgery. Now, a lot of people have looked at it. My own surgeons, Joel, Suresh, oncologist, Saeed, Mary, head surgeon at Midland. And because Suresh works at Perth Royal, basically they took my case to Perth Royal Perth, I should say, and other doctors had a look at it as well, and they looked at it objectively, not knowing me, not knowing my situation, and looking at all the evidence, and they've come to the conclusion, and they've fed this back to the Midland people, that I probably shouldn't have surgery right now. And I guess the reason is the first surgery I had was really an emergency, so had to be done, otherwise I wasn't lasting beyond that week. My bowel was about to burst and what have you, but basically with this one here, you sort of look at it from the point of view, we're at the beginning now, alright, so and what they normally do at the beginning is they normally give you a chemo first, just to make sure that they can contain the cancer. And make sure it hasn't spread. So the thoughts from the doctors at Royal Perth were, I could have this surgery, pull out the two cancers that we know we've got. In the meantime, cancer cells have moved on to other parts of my body. Maybe they've gone to the lungs, maybe they have gone into my bones. Okay, so the thought is they should try and contain this first, make sure that actually hasn't happened, and then look at other options. So other options, they talked about the cyber knife, which sounds really cool. They they go in from the outside and straight into the liver, inject a marker, which then they can pick up on, I believe, on ultrasound, and then that highlights the tumour. And then from the outside, they give it a burst of radiation, and then that kills the tumour. So there's thoughts of doing that, and then there's also thoughts of still doing surgery at some point. Okay, So, but first of all, we've got to contain this, make sure it hasn't spread. All right. Also, what was talked about was radiation to the pelvis as well. So for the bowel. All right. So trying all those non-invasive things first, prior to doing the full open surgery again. Okay. Which, when I looked at it and thought about it, for me, it made sense to do that. It's just a bit scary because I really wanted this cancer out of me, but it's still there. So it's scary from that point of view, especially when they mentioned, oh, you know, make sure it hasn't spread to the lungs or to the bones. Well, you know, it's like, come on. But yeah, it does make sense to make sure it hasn't spread further first before attempting any invasive surgeries like that. Okay, so this morning I was going to be on my bike, and I was going to be biking, but the weather's not the best. So I'm actually heading over to Midland for my first chemo treatment of my second chemo campaign. So that was what's going to happen now. So rather than the surgery, I'm about to have 3 to 4 months of chemo. Around about 2/3 of the way through, I'll get a series of scans again and just see if this cancer pops up anywhere else, to see if it's been contained, and then look at other options from that point on. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So my first treatment this morning, it's going to be on a different type of cancer. A different type of chemo. So the first chemo gave me peripheral neuropathy in my hands and feet, which are pretty much, I mean, it's still there, but I've controlled it with pregabalin, which actually I'm on 125 milligrams twice a day, which isn't too bad, and doesn't take away the numbness, but it allows me to do what I need to do. Why are my hands yellow? Oh, anyway, I've been talking to the nurse about that. Okay, all right, so yeah, I'm on a new chemo treatment. Now this chemo won't give me apparently it won't give me the temperature sensitivity, which is great, which means I can still reach into a fridge and grab a cold drink and drink it, but it will still hurt my throat and mouth with ulcers, so that might be a problem. It'll give me diarrhea, and it'll affect my skin. Shouldn't lose my hair, maybe lose my eyelashes. will look funny, but that should be about it. Okay, so I'm expecting that I may lose a bit of weight. Spoke with the oncologist about that. I do want to lose weight anyway, so long as the weight I'm losing is controlled, I should be okay. But if it starts to get out of control, then they'll stop it. But the thing is, you need to have a bit of fat, you need to have a bit of excess weight for energy to combat the effects of the chemo, because the chemo attacks normal cells in your body as well. Okay, so yeah, there it is. So I'm off to Midland to get my first lot of chemo. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, remember how I was saying that I think I've got my peripheral neuropathy under control? I actually tried swimming for the first time, which explains why I might be yelling at the moment, because my ear is still blocked from when I went swimming. So after I finish my chemo today, I've got to actually go to Rebel Sport and get myself some earplugs, and I might get myself a pair of flippers as well. But yeah, tried it. It was really good. I swam a kilometre, so 40 laps of the 25 metre swimming pool. I hope I've done the math right. And basically my bag didn't come off and it didn't leak, and I've still got that same bag on now. So that bag, that was Friday, today is now Monday. Okay, so yeah, went really well. So because of that, because I'm not going to get the temperature sensitivity with this chemo, I got myself a membership at the Swan Active down in Benara Road there, and going to do some swimming on a regular basis, and some spin classes and box fit classes, just to try and get my cardiovascular sorted and help to lose a bit of weight as well. Cool. So I can't wait to get back in the water. All right, here I am at the hospital. Just got to find myself a park. And then we're into it. Apparently there's 62 parks free here. I'm not quite sure where they are. Dun 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 dun. Woohoo! She got the second last free park. I got the last one. Yeah. All right. Oh. All right, switch off. At the hospital, well, for my first chemo session, the second round. We'll see how we go. All right. Okay, I finished my first lot of chemo for this campaign. A bit more mucking around in that I've got different chemicals that have to go in at different times, but I don't feel anywhere near as bad, and I haven't got that temperature sensitivity, which is awesome. So I started out taking pre-meds, which was steroids. So I got some more steroids here, which I'll take for the next 2 days. So meat, Troppo burgers. When I was on this last time, I was still training, and Meats was my assistant trainer, and I was taking the steroids, and basically I had to send Demetrius off to fast food outlet. I can't remember whether it was Hungry Jack's or McDonald's, and get me a Troppo burger meal before morning tea. It was crazy. I've also got this, I can't even pronounce that. There it is there. All right. Now, they are for nausea, but I didn't have to use them last time. And this time, because of the different chemical, it makes you nauseous. They gave me that same stuff, but it was injected into me via the IV, so more direct. So it appears to be working. I'm not feeling sick at all. Then I have this stuff here, Doxy, which, oh, okay. There it is there. This stuff I'm showing you now is for the effects of the chemotherapy. They are going to damage my skin, and so it's a antibiotic to help my skin. And then I also have this here. So another big side effect is crikey. When you got the shits. All right, so that's to stop it, hopefully. Okay, so that's what I've got. And then taking home with me in the bottle, which I've got in my top pocket, is this one here, which is the same as last time. So I have to have this with me for 2 days. It goes into my port, and then after 2 days, Wednesday at 3 p.m, I come in here and they take it off. Okay, so that'll last me a couple of days. Reason you do that is because bowel cancer, even though it's very aggressive, it's also very lazy. So it's not producing or not dividing cells constantly. Okay, the cells go to sleep and they wake up and then they start producing more cancer cells. So I have to have the chemo over an extended period of time to hopefully catch it when it wakes up and starts, the cells start dividing. Other cancers, they're dividing constantly. This one here goes to sleep, wakes up and starts dividing. But when it does start dividing, it's quite aggressive. Yeah, not good. And also to protect my skin, I have a skincare pack, which is all the soaps, moisturizers, antibiotic cream that I need to protect my skin, because I'm just going to have rashes. My skin's going to be wrecked. Okay, your skin's an organ, so just like any other organ, it can be affected, and your skin is producing skin cells daily, all the time, constantly. So the chemo wants to destroy those, just like the cancer cells. So it doesn't differentiate between the two. All right, so that's it. Done for the day. All right, off home.